hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's get to the video. It's 11 minutes and 32 seconds. So let me go ahead and get this done. So I hope you learned something. So just like this. Bring it back like this so you can see it.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to Survival Prepping for Normal People. I got a question for you guys. I often answer questions that people send to me, but I have a question for you. Are you obligated to feel sorry, to feel bad for people who didn't prepare when shit hits the fan? I mean, they have the same opportunity to prepare right now that you do, right? Shit may hit the fan at any time. So are you obligated, or you town today, so go out there and try to get yourself something before they run out? Because prepping, if done properly, takes time, okay? Unless you're some kind of multimillionaire, you're financially independent, you can't go out and buy all the things you're going to need to survive. You can't hire private security to take care of you and defend you during a shitty situation. So you're kind of on your own. So if you're a regular person, and the name of the channel is Survival Prepping for Normal People, which by normal I don't mean you fall in the middle of every category in the world on whatever scale. I mean people who have just normal everyday lives. You have families, you have normal things, okay? You're not a criminal, you're not some kind of super secret James Bond villain, anything like that. You're somewhere in between. You're just a regular person, a normal person. Should we feel bad when other people who didn't prepare are just screwed? Is that our place? Are we our brother's keeper? Some more charity-minded people will say, yeah, we're our brother's keeper. It's up to us to take care of people who didn't get ready, who didn't do the things that we did. And see, now here is where I have a problem. If you're that kind of person, more power to you. If you want to help people, if you think sharing is caring, then by all means, you go right ahead, okay? Myself, and I've done videos about the topic, you picture a scenario where it's 1 o'clock in the morning, it's cold and it's raining. And it's after a major event. The grid is down. It's dark. You and your family are huddled up somewhere in your home, in your bug out location, whatever the case may be. You hear this tiny little knock on the door. And you're like, okay, what's going on? So whoever's on watch, looks through the peephole or whatever else you've got set up, and you see a little 5-year-old little kid, cold, wet, and hungry. And they're out there begging you for food. Likelihood is they didn't get there by themselves. And if they've made it past your traps and your dogs and your razor wire and everything else you've got up, or if you don't, okay, just for the sake of argument, we'll say you're in a cabin somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You don't expect to see anybody. But somebody has stumbled onto your location, and instead of them knocking on the door, they send their little kid. A lot of bad things could happen if you open that door. Only one bad thing's going to happen if you don't. If you don't open that door, that child wanders off back to whoever sent them up to the door. And this has been done in warfare since it's ever been in existence. People use children as decoys, as bait, as carriers of messages and other things because they figure that, the grown-ups aren't going to mess with them. It's just a little kid. What harm could they do? You open that door, you might find yourself being rushed by 10 to 20 people who may or may not be a family member of that child. They could have just grabbed that kid from some other family and they're using that kid as a decoy and bait. They may not give that kid any of the food at all. They may just keep it all for themselves. Of course, after they kill you and your family and your friends. It's a lot to think about. Very hard choices are going to have to be made. If you are a serious prepper and survivalist, and I hope you are, then you've been doing this for a while. Or if you're just getting into it, it's going to take some time to get to where you really need to be. And it never really stops, really. You can have a couple years worth of food, medicine, ammunition, weapons, body armor, gas masks, whatever else you can think of that you think you might need. You can have all that stuff, and there's still one more hole in your defenses that you need to plug. After that, you'll find another one. And after that, you'll find another chink in the armor. Okay? So it never really stops. So these people who look at survivalists and preppers like we're crazy because they drink the societal paradigm Kool-Aid that nothing bad ever happens just because it hasn't happened to them. Okay, that's normalcy bias, where they believe that everything's going to be just like it was yesterday, and today's pretty much like yesterday, and so tomorrow's going to be pretty much like yesterday and today. Not necessarily the case. Shit can change. Bad things can happen in a moment's notice. Is it our job as people who foresaw these problems, who sacrificed things like vacations, that new motorcycle you always wanted, other things like that, so that you could put money aside and time to learn skills, which that's not inexpensive, that's not free, okay? Your food, your water, your medicine, everything else you put aside so that you can get through the initial part of the crisis until you're able to produce your own food, whatever your plan is. You had to make sacrifices. Well, these people, like the ant and the grasshopper story, these people like the grasshopper, played all summer and never put anything away. And when things go bad, they somehow find out, stumble upon you. Are you obligated to take the food out of your family's mouth to feed somebody else? Now, that's what you got to stop and think. And that's how I look at it. I don't know which bite of food might be my last. I don't know which bite of food might be my wife's last bite of food. I don't know which bite may be my son's last bite of food, but I do know this. If I give their food to somebody else, and things take a terrible turn, and we're not able to produce our own food anymore, if we're not able to scavenge enough food, well, you start checking those empty houses looking for stuff, right? But your family's starving to death, and nobody wants to see their children starve, so you and your wife give your food to your kids. But you and your wife starve to death, now your kids are on their own, what are they going to do? Well, everybody's got to eat, right? So you got that one last day's worth of rations. And 3 blocks from where you are is a house full of stuff. But because you gave food away to people that you didn't know, who didn't get prepared, who didn't take it upon themselves to do the very same things that you're capable of doing, and they are too. They can look around and see the world for what it is, but they choose not to. And they want to call people like us paranoid and crazy. But you gave away some food to people because you felt bad, and you and your family starves right before you found that place full of supplies that would have kept you alive longer. So every bite of food matters. Every drink of water matters. I don't think you're obligated to give anybody a damn thing, because they have the same capability right now that we have to get prepared, to get ready, so that they don't put themselves in that situation. It's their choice. Just like you have to defend yourself and use lethal force. A lot of you may confront that. You may face that in the shit hit the fan situation. And what you need to remember, what I was trained as a police officer, even as a soldier, you don't make a choice. The person trying to harm you makes that choice. If they have the wherewithal to grab a weapon, make a plan, and try to attack you, then the consequences are on them, not you. They made the choice. They are the ones who tried to confront somebody with lethal force, but they lost. It's the same with your food and water. If a lot of people starve because they don't have their shit together, that's on them. That's not your fault. So I don't think you're obligated at all. I don't think you should feel sorry for people who didn't prepare. And that's going to be the title of this show. Should we feel sorry for people who didn't prepare? I don't think so. They have the same ability to get ready right now that we do. And if they can't see what's going on, if they can't prepare, if they can't put a plan together, then maybe this is nature's way of weeding them out. I hate to say that, and it sounds terrible, but it's true. Our world has 7 billion people on it. And if it weren't for electricity and modern medicine and sanitation, it wouldn't. Okay? Because of our modern agriculture processes, we're able to feed so many people off of so much land. If it weren't for all the technology, they wouldn't be here. Because a lot of them would not survive by their own wits and their own means. You know,
Alright, thank you guys. That's on the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. The future belongs to one super